Greetings, adventurers. Welcome to another exciting episode of Beyond the Dungeon. If you've been following along, then you know that this is the show where we talk about tabletop role-playing games that aren't Dungeons & Dragons. Today, we're going to look at how we mix SCP with a tabletop. I'm your host, Rogue Maverick, and I'm excited to take you on this thrilling adventure. Recently, a friend asked me how to combine SCP with tabletop role-playing game. After thinking on it for a little bit, I decided that Monster of the Week fits the bill almost perfectly. Today, we're going to take a look at how we can take some of the unique SCPs and turn them into Monster of the Week creatures, as well as creating our own mystery based around a whole different SCP. We're going to start with the Dimensional Menace. For this, we took SCP-106, the Old Man. We broke out its description, and then we looked at how the powers work within the mechanics. We gave it a dimensional shift, which allows it to create and control pocket dimensions, allowing it to disappear and reappear at will. We gave it a decay touch, which can inflict decay and corrosion with a simple touch, causing physical harm and weakening its targets. Those affected are slowed and have diminished abilities, and even accelerated aging. We gave it dimensional phasing, and we gave it another worldly perception, which gives it supernatural senses, allowing it to detect disturbances. For weaknesses, we made it vulnerable to light, giving the players a chance to shine some light on it and hurt it. Flashlights, spotlights, or other sources of intense illumination can ward off or weaken the entity. We also gave it a ritualistic banishment, so certain rituals or artifacts tied to the entity's origin or its pocket dimension will weaken it or banish it, and you can allow your hunters to discover this and gain advantage. We gave it a harm of 7, and if you're not familiar with Monster of the Week, harm just means that that's how many hit points it has. We even gave some hooks for the Keeper or the Storyteller, like dimensional breaches popping up, a guardian of forbidden knowledge, and a manipulator of space and time, where the Dimensional Menace seeks to unravel the boundaries between dimensions and manipulate time itself. I feel that with this, we quickly captured the essence of the original SCP, gave it some quick mechanics, and allowed it to import into the game quite efficiently. Next, we have the Stone Lurker, and this creature is inspired by SCP-173, also known as the Sculpture or the Statue. The Stone Lurker is a malevolent construct composed almost entirely of weathered stone and rebar. It's covered in Rylon paint. It has a penchant for preying on unsuspecting victims. Let's dive into that. So the Stone Lurker, 173 as I said, we gave it rapid movement. While it's not observed directly, it moves with incredible speed and agility. It's able to traverse large distances within the blink of an eye. We gave it a petrifying touch, to where it can cause a victim to turn to stone upon contact. We also gave it stealth and camouflage, allowing it to blend in seamlessly to its surroundings. For an attack, we gave it a specific attack of Petrifying Touch, which causes 3 harm, and it will petrify the target. We also gave it a punch, because why not? And the punch does 4 harm. Now, to allow it to be captured, we gave it the weaknesses of vulnerability to group observation. So this is a little bit different, and we're diverting here from what the SCP says. So what we've said here is that it can't be immobilized by a single individual's gaze. Instead, multiple hunters have to work together and coordinate their actions to exploit the weakness. We also gave it a fragile composition, where, despite its formidable abilities, once it's stopped, it is extremely vulnerable to physical damage. Sustained attacks or well-placed attacks with blunt or heavy weapons will eventually demolish its body. We gave it a harm of 20, so it just needs to take 20 points of damage before it can truly be captured, and to capture it, you have to use its weaknesses. We gave it some extra hooks, such as a protective layer, or a sculptor's revenge, where it's the vengeful creation of an artist or sculptor seeking retribution against those who have wronged them, and we gave it the Stone Collective, a larger part of stone creatures, each with unique abilities. That gives the keeper something extra to work out and dive into, so that if you're creating a mystery around this one creature, you have smaller creatures or offshoot creatures that the hunters can find and learn about the weaknesses before they get to the main event. Now that we've explored these spine-chilling monsters, let's talk about crafting a captivating SCP mystery using Monster of the Week. Our mystery is titled The Descent of Shadows, and it's a tale of a haunted staircase taken from SCP-087. In this mystery, the hunters will face their fears and unravel the secrets of this enigmatic anomaly. When building a mystery inside of Monster of the Week, you start with a concept, you have a hook, you have a countdown, the investigation, and then whatever the creature is, a resolution, and usually an epilogue. So our concept for this is that reports suggest that a faceless entity resides within the depths of an eerie staircase. The hunters must uncover the truth behind SCP-087 and confront the entity lurking within. Our hook is that the hunters receive a distress call from a desperate survivor who managed to escape 087. The survivor recounts their harrowing experience, pleading for help to rescue their friends who are still trapped within. They claim that a faceless entity is tormenting them, and time is running out. This brings us to a countdown. For a countdown, we start in typical Monster of the Week fashion, where it's day, shadows, sunset, dusk, nightfall, and then midnight. Traditionally, the countdown ultimately is what happens if the hunters don't intervene or don't intervene in time. So for the day, the stairway opens, and then each thing progressively gets worse as time goes on or as the hunters fail to stop the monster. We have an investigation which outlines what the hunters need to do. They arrive at the location, it's dimly lit and foreboding building. They investigate the surrounding area, interviewing witnesses who had encountered 087. We talk about encountering the anomaly itself. We go through uncovering the entity's origins and how they find clues and artifacts lurking either within it or nearby with the building's past. We build out just briefly the faceless entity, and this is where we take some of the creatures that we had before, such as what we did with 106 and what we did with 173. We build out abilities, attacks if it has them, and we build those into the mystery. Then we talk about how to rescue the trapped, and we give it a resolution, along with an epilogue. And there you have it. A thrilling adventure awaits you and your friends as you combine the world of SCP with Monster of the Week. Whether you're facing the Dimensional Menace, battling the Stone Lurker, or embarking on the Descent of Shadows, these SCP-inspired experiences will keep your players on the edge of their seats. If you found this inspiring, please hit that like button. If you have any questions or you want to see some other things mashed up in possibly unconventional ways, please leave a comment. For your gaming pleasure, I've taken these 3 entities and I've posted them up on my Patreon completely free of charge. Feel free, there's a link down below. There's also an affiliate link down below for DriveThruRPG and Monster of the Week. As always, keep your wits sharp and your daggers sharper.